Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media. Today is a Monday. We are having special, and as usual, we usually have a talk show talking with leaders who have created impact, especially in our lives or our community. And today, we are very lucky again to have one of those who have created impact. Before we go into our discussion, may I give this opportunity so that you may introduce yourself to our viewers, those who are watching right now and those who will be watching later.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be able to speak to the world through your platform. If I may start with my name is Judy Oricho. I work with U.S. Institute for Diplomacy and Human Rights, which is based in Washington, D.C. as a regional director here in Kenya. I also run a community-based organization in Kenya, which is called AWINO Love Kenya. I'm a peace ambassador, global peace ambassador, and I'm also a tourism ambassador, representing international delegates at the Ministry of Tourism. I'm a human rights and anti-human trafficking consultant. I'm also an entrepreneur, and I'm a student. I'm currently taking law, and I'm also an aspiring politician. Yeah, I have a long introduction, but in a nutshell, that's who I am.
Okay, thank you so much, and we wish you well, especially for the political ambition, which we might discuss towards the end of our show. Now, the reason why we are here with you is because the impact you've created in the society. And maybe to start with, maybe why did you have to decide to go that route, especially that so many people do not usually go to? Why? What was the motivation behind it?
Um, I have several motivations that made me to advocate for girls, women, people with disabilities, and even vulnerable people in the society. But the most um, the most aspiration that drove me to do this is because of my personal story. I have a story that always pushes me to do what I do, in terms of advocating for girls, in terms of advocating for women and other people who feel like they are just vulnerable, you know. Yeah, so I believe that my personal story pushes me to do what I do.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's come about the empowerment of women and young girls. How do you empower them and to make them feel that energy to keep on pushing to that height?
um Empowerment, if I may say, empowerment is a very, very huge or rather big word when we say we are empowerment, because there are different categories of empowerment. But in this case, if I may speak on what we do as an organization, how we empower women, how we empower girls. First of all, we give vulnerable girls opportunities to go to school through looking for them scholarships for those ones who cannot afford to go to school. So we look for well wishers, sponsors, people with goodwill to be able to support these vulnerable girls go to school. I come from the biggest slum in Busia County, where most girls actually don't finish school or don't go to school at all because of the poverty, because of the lifestyle that is being experienced in this specific area. So one of the empowerment or one of the tools that we give these girls, young girls, is the opportunity to be able to go to school. Two, we also empower women in different levels. We also work in a community that poverty is very, very high. People barely have even just 3 meals a day. So what do? We have groups of women which are well organized. We support them, we take them through financial literacy and partner with other organizations that are giving grants, and then also train them on basic skills, because again, most women from the area that I work in are not gone to school, but they can do basic skills like weaving baskets, making soaps, bracelets, So we also partner with other people who are experts in these services to train them, so that when they get grants from these organizations that are taking them through financial literacy, they can be able to set up businesses and be able to be supportive or even support their families in their homes. So those are some of the. We also train women and girls on their rights. That's a very important issue that I
Yeah.
may not want to go without mentioning, because a lot of these issues that we face every day is because these girls and women actually don't even know their rights. So we start at the community level. When we have our monthly meetings or our weekly meetings, we are able to take them through human rights training, women's rights training, so that they can be able to know these are my rights, that I'm supposed to enjoy them, whether I'm poor or I'm rich or I'm in this particular state. So those are just some of the empowerment things that we do, or we support our girls and women with. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much talking about all those training. But when you look at the challenges, especially that the women or our mothers or our daughters have lived through, it is a reality that it is there. But do you find some time to bring men on board on the table so that they would understand what you are doing by not only responding, but by listening, and they should be part of that process, or it is only women affair?
Um, I want to categorically state that we cannot be talking about women empowerment, or rather gender equality, without bringing also men on board. Definitely, if you have gone through my socials and the activities that I do, we also have men who we work with, and these men, we live in a community or other society, like where I work mostly. It's a patriarchal society, and it's meant that it is men. A man should do this, a woman should not, a woman should not, a woman should not. Then who is the best person to be able to convince this community that what a man can do, a woman can do? So that is where we bring in men on board in our activities or even events that we do. It's not that we only work with men and women and girls, but we also work both on both genders. However, women are more, because the society I work in, women are underlooked. There are some things that a woman is not allowed to do. You know, there's a, I mean, there's just a way they view women as lesser being. So we work together with men to be able. We cannot talk about gender equality if we are not having both male and female on board. That is why we always have men we work with who also help us in dissecting some of these societal beliefs or cultural norms that tries to make to or to create a block that this is meant for only this gender and this one is only meant for this gender. So we really try to work with both genders, just that we focus more on girls, because the community again that I'm working in, it is very obvious that a boy a boy is always must go to school, or maybe if given up an opportunity, if there's a boy and a girl, they will take a boy to school and let the girl stay at home, because he will be married off. They call them mukoko, wagogo. you know.
Go.
So you will go, you will not be here, but this one is our son, he will remain here. So you find that is why we talk more of women and girls, but we work with both genders. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm still just coming in the same because, like, you find like in the world of today, we have situation whereby we can say today is the Women Day, yeah. But how would you also make the young boy who is growing up to understand what it means by having the Women Day? Because like it is very rare to find, like we say, that today is a Men Day, you know. So as a child who is growing up in this society and should understand what women empowerment is and such like cases whereby we have Women Day, do you have such program whereby these young boys also are being mentored to know what empowerment is growing in that society?
Yes, that is why, sorry, I forgot to mention some of the programs that we run as AWINO Love Kenya. And just to mention one of them is mentorship. That is why we grow, we go, we do mentorship in schools, in the communities, in institutions, just to be able to make these boys and girls understand that it's not a competition, and it's not that a girl is given more opportunities than boys. Yes, people do complain that girls right now are more empowered than boys. And
Mhm.
trust you me, in some cases it has been controversial. But then we are trying, when we go to school, we don't only go to girls' school, we also go to boys' school, so that even this empowered girl will know that how to live with an empowered man. An empowered man will also know how to live with an empowered woman. So we offer mentorship sessions in different schools across the country. We talk to them on how to make informed decisions about their lives, about their bodies as they grow up. How are they supposed to carry themselves? How are they supposed to treat women who are their mothers, who are their sisters, and even their colleagues? So our mentorship session does not only choose that we only mentor girls, but
Mhm.
we mentor both boys and girls to be people who are productive in the society. And they will only be productive if they really understand the female species better. And it
Yeah,
starts from mentorship. Yeah.
that is okay, because if I tell everybody who is in the environment where you aren't can do it the same way you do it, it will bring kind of like what we call the balanced society, whereby everybody will understand. But sometimes different people take different approach, because your approach, I feel, is 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 creating that balanced society whereby the men will know and understand, not only by listening, but understanding that this is something that we need to work on and we need to put and effort together so that we can go further. Okay, my next question is coming to you now in our parents. You know, especially like somebody who has uh, a girl. Yeah, sometimes you find that the parents sometimes become very hostile to some of the ladies. It's happening. With your organization as Awino Love, the organization, when you come across such like cases, how do you handle such cases by bridging that hostility between the parent and the girl child, so that they have that we call it a harmonious environment whereby it's peaceful?
First of all, I want us to agree that this hostility grows when there's a disconnect between a parent and the children, or the child or the girl.
Mhm.
In today's society, as parents, we have no time for our children. We are busy making money, but then we want these kids to behave like, or we want to behave like we know our children. But in the real sense, we don't know our children. That is something that really, it's a finding that a research that I've done and I've known.
Mhm.
So what do we do as an organization to be able to make these parents and their children, not only girls, even boys, to be able to make parents understand their children better, and even be able to say, this is so and the character of this so is so this, and this. What do we do?
Mm,
As our organization, we always have a program called Semana Dada.
mm,
Semana Dada is a program that is meant to have hearty conversation amongst us with the girls, what they go through in the hands of their parents. And in return, what do we do? After collecting all this information, we attend, like in Kenya, we have what we call barazas. These are community meetups,
mhm,
When we are attending these community meetups, when we are sharing the difficulties we are experiencing as a community, it is always a space for us to be able to talk to parents about their children and how their children feel about them, of course, without mentioning names.
yeah.
So we just encourage them to be able to create time for their children. When the schools are closed, like right now, schools in Kenya are closed for a very long time. It's more
Mm,
than 70 days. And you will
mhm,
find this whole time, most parents will not even be with their kids. Schools closed, they send their kids to, village, or they go and visit this your aunt. After you are there, go and visit this your uncle, which should not be the case. This is the bonding time that you should be having with your child, so that you be able to understand who your child is, know the character of your child, and even who are friends to your children. Who are they interacting with? What are they doing their free time? It is your responsibility as a parent to be able to know who your child is, but not leaving your child to the society or to the community. So to answer your question, is what we try to do to be able to bring consensus between parents, and not only girls or even boys.
mm,
We go to the barazas, where it's a community where we address our issues, the problems we are facing. We also address the issues of parent and children uh, bonding on or relationship. Yeah.
okay, thank you so much. And how do you deal, especially in a situation whereby, because these are some things that are really happening, especially you find a situation whereby in our schools, the local schools, a teacher involved with a girl in an affair. Then what happens? The lady gets pregnant, and there's that buyout whereby the teacher bribes the parents, and that dies like that, and the future of this young girl is just ruined like that, because we have parents like that. So for your case, or for your organization, when such also reach your desk, what measures do you take in a situation whereby there's that kind of buyout, whereby we silence we silence everything by buying or giving some cash to the parents, so that that case just ends like that, and the girl's future is just ruined? What, in such cases, what do you do?
Yes, such cases are many, and we have encountered them. And I want to tell you that we call them kangaroo court,
Mhm,
where a girl is defiled. Anybody who is under the age of 18, it becomes defilement because this person has got no consent. First thing, we call it defilement. The teacher defiles students. Now, how do we handle such a case when the parent is silenced by money or something? First of all, that is why we do mentorship in school. We are able to enlighten these students, these people. That is where human rights trainings come in. You know, is it
mhm,
right for a teacher to have an affair with me? You know, at what
mhm,
age am I supposed to consent for, having sex or whatever? At what age? These are some of the things that we see. And in this case, if we find that the mother is going to bed with the perpetrator, we call them perpetrators.
mhm,
An action, if it reaches on our desk, an action must be taken. Because this is taking the life of an innocent girl, or rather an innocent child, you know, because
mhm,
this child has got no consent. And you cannot consent for a person who is below age, who is not an adult. So,
mhm,
uh, of course, it's normally a very huge tussle because most of these things goes to court of law. And for you to win a case in court, you must be able to have witnesses. In
mhm.
Kenya, you're a Kenyan, you know how bribes right? Something small can do a lot of damage without knowing that you are really breaking the life of this person. But
Yeah.
we normally try to be able to save the girl first by removing this person from that perpetrator's area of operation or something, take
Mhm,
them to a safer place so that we can be able to follow up these cases and give this person justice. Though
mhm,
it's never an easy task. And that one
mhm,
brings me to the issues of gender based violence cases because
mhm,
that is GBV definitely. Women go through abuse, girls go through abuse, and it's both physical and sexual. That is why, as AWINO Love Kenya, we launched the only safe house in Busia County where we rescue victims of sexually abused women and even physically abused women because it is always again very difficult to get justice if the victim is living with the perpetrator in the
mhm,
same area because there's a lot of bribing, there's a lot of blackmail, there's a lot that happens between the curtains. And also we have these people who just feel like, oh, now that my son or my or even a father or even a good, let me just give you a goat or a cow or let me give you
mhm,
a piece of land and then this case goes. That is why we have this safe house to be able to help these victims get justice. Yeah, so those are some of the interventions that we do as an organization to help these girls and women who have gone through abuse.
Okay, thank you very much. I was going through your Facebook post, and I saw there was a case you were handling of, I think it was a sitting MCA who defiled a lady, and I saw like you commented like he was apprehended. How was it for you fighting somebody who is in power? Was it very easy for you? One, you are a lady in a society. Secondly, this person is in power. Was it a easy way, easy going?
I tell you, it's not easy. So we are not allowed to talk on this particular.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, just not not always easy to take back those people who are in power or maybe just
Mm,
somebody who is in power is always very but you don't always use
okay.
power
Your your volume is kind of too low. Maybe I don't know where the problem is.
not everybody has access.
Yeah, it's still in the background. It was okay, but I don't know.
Something maybe might have happened, not
Oh,
so
okay.
sure.
Now, all right, you're here. You're good now.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah,
you
so
said
I was saying it's not very easy to deal maybe to get justice when these people were in power, but the case
mm,
is ongoing and I
okay.
trust the process and I really hope that the girl will get justice.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. And one thing that I want to say that you are doing amazing job, and may God continue bless you to change the life of our people, and that is what we are looking for. And now, just I was also going through your social status. Then you talk of something called, is it brides for that? Actually, this one you launched. Uh, uh, Share with us about Girls Not Brides Kenya. You launched it recently.
Yes.
Yeah. What was it
Girls
about?
Not Girls Not Bride Kenya is a movement
Mm-hmm.
formed by different grassroots organizations who are working towards eliminating harmful practices in the society, which are fighting against female genital mutilation, teenage pregnancies, and even early marriages. So, Girls Not Bride Kenya is a global and international organization that is working together with other different countries, like in Africa and also across the globe, to be able to help women. And the main goal is to achieve gender equality. And gender equality cannot be achieved if our girls are
Mm,
getting married at the age of 9, the age of 13. We know if
mm,
our girls are getting going through some injustices like female genital mutilation. So we
mm,
did the Kenyan launch. It was last month,
mm,
and it's a movement that is going to work across the country with organizations that are working towards elimination of harmful practices in the community. And
mm,
we are really looking forward to have a very, very successful movement that is going to be beneficial to our girls and women, even
mm.
from the communities that are very, very patriarchal, and even communities that feel like girls and women are not, equal being, because they are. We work in these communities, we know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is it about Girls Not Bride, and
Mm.
yeah, that's what we expect to do in Kenya.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And I also support that because we need to have a just society where everybody matters and everybody should have quality of life. Okay. Now, let's come. Now, let's leave what you're doing very good for our society, and we appreciate you, and we pray that God continue giving you life to keep on changing the life of young girls in our society and our mothers and daughters. Now, you're doing amazing job in a society, and your impact is being felt. But I saw uh, you are interested in politics. After why politics? Yet you are changing our lives and making us get awareness of the empowerment and everything about the girl child. Why politics?
Politics is also part of my passion. It's not something that I just walk and I'm like, no, I'm getting into politics. And
Mhm.
just some of the things that are also pushing me to get into political space is because into this political space, those are where decisions are made. That is where policies are passed. And
Mhm.
sometimes they say like, you can only make it work, or you can only make it push it when you are into the system, because that is where laws are made, that is where laws are broken, that is where we do a lot of paperwork, submit it to the parliament, or maybe the county assembly. It is them to approve whatever policies that we are drafting or something. So I just felt like I would be more productive
Mhm.
advocating for girls and women's rights when I'm into that space that I can be able to convince my fellow um, members of parliament the benefits of passing specific laws that is beneficial to our communities, not leave alone only girls and women. Because when you get into political space, you're no longer advocating for a specific gender, you
Mhm.
advocate for the rights and for each and every person's um, uh, each and every person's business becomes your business. So you have to push that their agenda.
That is very brilliant idea, but my worry is when I scan around and see the kind of politics that we do in our country, whereby leaders like you who have a clear mind on what they want to do for their people, because you look at the two types of politicians. There is individual centered and people centered ideology. The people centered ideology, sometimes it gets suppressed, and you are in that category of people centered ideology. How are you going to break this ceiling that the young people like you have been trying to break it, but still unbreakable? The people centered.
I want to say that I will break that ceiling, because the ceiling have been broken already. Where I am, I've already broken a ceiling. I
Mhm,
am the mouthpiece of the shaky voices. I
mhm,
speak for them when they cannot speak. And that is what I want to do when I get into that parliament. Push for agendas that will benefit each and every individual that I should be speaking on behalf. Remember, when I get into that parliament, I'm not getting in as Judy. I'm getting in as, I'm tasked by the people that I serve to go and help them or rather submit their cries through Judy. And if only you try is when you will do it. If you don't, then people will always be like, no, these young people cannot, women cannot. But I believe in myself. I know who I am. I know my capabilities, and I really want to work for my people for the better
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that which is very okay. But I was looking at your geographical, the geographical where you are. You want to vie in Matthias, yeah. And
Yes.
when you look at the way the politics of Matthias and maybe Western Kenya plays, it is the first of all the party politics part of it will come first. Then after party politics, there's you as a lady. Are you married, not married? That one will be considered. Then secondly, your community, your clan, you're from which clan, that clanism, it plays. And I was looking at it and I saw your post, you are kind of like very interested to go with UDA, yeah? And that area ODM is there. How will you make your constituents understand that sometimes party is not an issue, it is an individual and the vision that you have?
I want to say what you're saying is very right. Where the
Yeah.
area that I'm coming from is dominated by Orange Democratic Movement. I'm getting into this space with a party that nobody wants even to talk about it in Busia County. But because my people, I've been into this space for some time,
Mhm,
and people are, I want to say that people are right now enlightened. It's not
mhm,
so much of which political party are you vying in. It's
mhm,
about how well do we know Judy? Is she tested, proven? Yes or no? Do we believe in this person? Yes or no? Because we have even other areas that were politically dominated with Orange Democratic Party, but we have people who went with the independent tickets and they
mhm,
got votes. So I think it's about how people believe in you and how you've proven to them, or how you have convinced them that it's not about the party, it's
mhm,
about you as a person. So that is what I'm trying to use in this particular question you've asked.
mhm,
I'm trying to convince my constituents that it is not about the party. It is
mhm.
about Judy Oricho. Do you
Okay.
believe in her? Has she
Mm.
convinced you enough that she's fit for these seats? So that's how I'd answer that question.
Okay, and that's okay if they can understand that party is not an issue, but is you as a Oricho who is going there, because something that people, majority of voters do not understand. Immediately you get elected and you go to parliament, you take that allegiance to protect the Kenya and Katiba ya Kenya. The first thing that comes is you become state officer. Your party will always come the second. So that is something that everybody should also know. That is not about party. Once you go into the parliament and you get sworn in and take that Bible, you are more of state officer. Your money will be coming from the state officer. So that one will be good if you can have conversation with them and see you as Jody, but not see the party that you are vying to. Then,
Yes, and that is what we are even telling young people. And actually, on that note, that is why we are even telling young people to come out and go for these elective positions. These elective positions are not meant for specific age and specific people. Young people should come out. It doesn't matter you are coming with the chap chap, you're coming with whatever party, you're coming with whatever party, but just come out and sell your idea, because we really need to change the politics of this country. Gone are the days that we will be told, leaders, youth are the leaders of tomorrow. We want to be leaders of today so that we can advocate for our fellow youth, so that we can change the narrative of this country of big leadership. I'm not saying that old people are bad. I shouldn't be quoted. But we need political balance into these spaces, So
yeah.
I'm really asking young people who are interested in politics, who have passion in politics, to come out. Don't wait, because they say leadership is not given, leadership is taken. So if you feel like you have a passion, you have what it takes, come out. Let's talk to our young people. We are the majority of this country. Why are we not even quarterly represented into these parliaments? Why are we not? And we are the voters. We shouldn't wait for politicians to come and use us. Then we die, at their expense. No, it's time for us to die fighting for the change that we really want to see, and can only be achieved if we come out and go for those elective positions.
Okay, thank you. And let's now also come to something that is in the public domain. This is we want to just weigh your opinion on it. Recently we had bipartisan talk, which went to parliament. It became a national dialogue. They were seated in Bomas, and a few days ago the report came. But when you look at the report itself, the outcomes of the report, I've always said that it was not people-centered. Like, it did not cater for the things that are affecting majorly Kenyans. One of them was cost of living, and cost of living just came. It's something that I think came much later. What is your take on the whole report?
There was that the report that submissions were made, and after the submission, the cost of living is not only affecting Kenya. The cost of living it's a global concern, not only in Kenya. I know even where you are, you may be feeling it, but just that, Kenya is a very political country. Everything wants to be associated with politics, However, I'd really want to see if the government can make a cost of living that our people will not miss food. Our people will not go hungry, because truth be told, so many people are going hungry in this country because there are no jobs. People lost their jobs. Actually, after COVID-19, life has never been the same again. And nobody's even talking about the effects and post-effects of COVID-19. So I still feel like even after COVID-19, before politicizing it, saying it is this government, or we came into, a lot of politics, we should think on where are we coming from and what best can we do. And this, I would only urge our leaders just to sit down, because I know we have very able leaders who, with consensus, if they come to a table, they can agree and they can be able to give each and every Kenyan that at least decent life that they deserve. So I really don't want to talk much about it, but from my point of view, I'd urge both parties, opposition and the ruling party, to listen to the plea of Kenyans. I attended some of those hearings in Bomas. Wananchi were welcomed. People gave their views. The report was written and it was there released to us. So in that report that they are giving us, I just really request both opposition and the leading government, or just to be able to listen to Kenyans, not their interests. Remember, politicians are also very cunning. It may be just their political interest, it's what they are fighting for. But if they can sit down and be able to listen to Wanjiko, that would be the best thing that they will do for Kenyans. That's all I can say about that report.
Okay, thank you for that opinion. Maybe before we wind up, what do you want to tell people of Matayos, both the young, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, our uncles?
I really don't have much to tell them, because one thing I just want to tell them that I love them so much, and that is why I am working for them. And I want to tell them that I really need their support in my supporting my political ambition, because I know I have all it takes to be able to solve some of their problems. I may not be able to solve all of their problems, but I know with the network that I have, with the passion that I have, given that opportunity, and I am really asking them to consider voting for me as their Matayos women representative, so that I can be able to sort most of the problems that women and girls, men, boys, youth are facing in Matayos constituency. And this one will extend to the entire county of Busia. And who knows? I've been working across the country. Even other
Country.
people will benefit. Yeah. So but for people from Matayo specifically, I really want to tell them that given that opportunity, I will work my best and give them the best I can. Yeah.
Okay, Judy Oricho, thank you so much for taking your time to be with us on our conversation. And thank you so much for your patience. We've been looking for you. We know you're a very busy person. And thank you again so much for taking your time to be with us. And may God bless you. We will continue pray for you to God to give you good life so you can continue serving the people of Kenya. Not only in Matayos, you can also come to Migori, change the life of the girls over there. We will organize.
Actually, what we do, we support girls from across the country, not only in Busia. We have girls from Migori, we have girls from Nairobi, we have girls from Nyeri, we have girls, my motto is see a need, feel a need.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm still thanking you again for taking your time to be with us. And for our viewers, we want to thank you so much for being with us here. And if you are new, please, you can join the family by subscription, or you can invite a friend to be part of this family, because it's all about discussion, people who make impact in our life. And Judy Oricho is one of them. Thank you so much, Judy, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right, see you.